welcome back to Roll Initiative for another week of exciting adventures and loosely fitting things. So, the heroes have arrived back in Unthalas after rescuing the daughter of Lord Gaia and returning her safely and soundly. Meanwhile, they also dispatched quite a few werewolves, with some of the party members cashing in on such a bounty.
I remember that.
You did a really good job.
Yeah,
You
no,
did.
no.
You are a credit to the team.
Very helpful.
Really good distraction.
Previously, the party had kind of split itself, with some of them going to the library and the others finding themselves in the tavern. So, I'll cut back to the library. And we can start ourselves there. Finn, Lucy, you find yourselves both in the library reading over this tome that you now know to be written in Primordial. What are we doing?
I'm gonna find one of my associates who can read Primordial, because unfortunately I can't, and I have no way of doing that.
Alright, so you go off, you find a, I don't know, say, young dwarven person. Ibram. Yeah, Ibram Culver. Ibram Culver, working in the library, you've known him for a while, a bit of a rough character. Brings him over, has a look at the book. Yeah. This is interesting.
It's a female.
Where'd you get it?
Hey, Finn, where did you get the book?
I found it.
She found it. He found it.
Well,
Gender pronouns.
Triggered.
We're not going there.
Sorry.
I take it you, neither of you can read this.
No.
Not well.
No.
Huh. I'll have to admit, mine's a little rusty.
Well, better than ours. So anything you could help with would be appreciated.
Well, he points at the cover. This is a book of the words of the Earth Mother. You familiar?
No.
Earth Mother is in Earth God.
More or less, yes. Soonest, I think her name is, the True Stone. She is, the other races, coal, Mother Earth, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Gaia in some other respects.
Pardon?
Gaia.
Okay.
Just Guy.
Okay.
Oh!
Yes! Thank
That's
you.
the name of the
Yes.
Lord.
Hence my I beg your
That's
pardon.
Gaia, isn't it?
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
the joke!
Well, anyway. It's,
We got off on a tangent.
He opens like this, he's like flipping through it, reading it. I have to admit, my Primordial is a little rusty, being that it's a dead language and all.
But it has so many sub-languages.
I know. What
Who's
do we got?
proficient here? You know you.
Flipping. Alright, so we've got some prayers, commandments, rituals, wards. Oh, that's interesting. He looks back over you. These aren't just any wards. These aren't any rituals. These are wards against Ogre Munch.
Bless you.
Thank you. Devourer. That's something. Continues flipping through.
So
No.
this is actually like protection spells against some big baddie.
Yes.
So immediately Primordial is now more useful than Latin.
Yes.
So, what was the name of the big baddie again?
Ogre Munch.
I think it's actually pronounced Ogre Mosh. Or Mosh.
I like Ogre Munch. It sounds like a cereal.
I'm right.
Eats
He
it.
like endorses his own shit. Adventures don't come by too often, you know. You
Eat
gotta.
Ogre Munch every day.
I must be honest. I don't know very much about him, but I've heard he's a bit of a bad guy.
Really?
When you read enough post-apocalyptic, but pre-apocalyptic general books, everyone tends to be a bit of a bad guy. There's mention here, some talisman. It's kind of vague actually, but it's a bit strange. Primordial is usually a very blunt, very straightforward text.
I should learn it. I like straightforwardness.
Seems to be used for earth elemental magic. Looks like something big. Close it. Well, I'm afraid I can't be much more assistance. My primordial isn't what it used to be, and this is a very, very specific topic.
Would there be anyone you could point us to, even in a neighbouring town, or?
I can think of two people. There's an elven wizard who lives up in Nethril.
No.
He's, what's his name? Normus Silent Tread. Yes. He's, Normus.
Lives where?
In Nethril. The floating cities to the northwest. But, there's another. He's a wizard. There's a sorcerer. Dwarven. Was it, Grace Hannah, that's her name. Grace Hannah Onyxar. She lives down southwest.
In where?
The Dwarven tribe, I can't actually pronounce their name.
You, the dwarf, cannot pronounce the dwarven name.
They are an old tribe of gold dwarves. I myself am a hill dwarf.
Fair enough.
Keep your calm racism to yourself, buddy. Not all
What did you
dwarves
say
look
the
the same.
elven wizard's name was again? Something.
Noramus. Noramas.
Thanks for your time.
More than welcome. Abram continues going back off, thinking, making his way back to whatever it is he was doing previously. Quickly cut back to you guys. You find yourselves, after a long, hard day of shopping, in a tavern.
I asked for a beer.
You were given an ale.
I down it. And then turn to the bloke next to me. No, I just have a quick skim of the tavern. See if there's any dwarves or elves inside. 88.
No, mostly humans, couple tieflings.
Any shady bastards?
Not here, because you're still in the central area of town.
Any, would that look kind of rough?
Again, this isn't that kind of bar. You went to like the market district, this is just like a nice popular...
I walk over to a group with my ale, and then I just yell out, they're insulting Groovish. Drogor.
Why would you do that?
Right, are you trying to start a bar fight?
And then clock one.
Are you trying?
Natural one.
Yeah.
You try and get arrested again?
No.
This would be a sight to anyone just observing you. A dwarf walks into a bar, has a beer, shouts an insult, and then punches
It's been a
himself
hard
in the
day. I need a fight.
There are places to go to fight people.
Yeah, like a bar.
Oh, he's not wrong.
But not this bar.
Alright,
What else do dwarves do?
you
They
swing...
shop, buy stuff, fucking fight.
Mine.
They build things. They're creative people.
Yeah, I'm gonna build stuff out of his teeth.
They're a
That
beautiful,
I'm not knocking out apparently.
they're a beautiful racy prejudice prick.
I know.
Alright, my swing of your right arm. The guy doesn't even have time to dodge, but you miss so fervently. Just rolling yourself across the table on your back. Your ale goes everywhere.
Well, yeah.
The four people at the table look at you, confused. Look over to the guy you called to. This guy your friend. Is he alright?
I say, help me, Drago!
Flailing at the table. Help me, Drago!
I need for help.
Do you want to do something about that?
He's drunk and needs to go to
Hang on,
bed.
so I'm in between two.
You're laying like on the back, on your back on the tabletop.
So
I want to go pick
I
him
grab
up.
him, and then just.
Alright, make 2 grapple checks then.
Woohoo!
Which is athletics.
Natural 1. 7.
Ben's drunk and needs to go to bed.
I'm not drunk.
You haven't even had one beer.
I had like 2 sips.
You reach out, as you're reaching to go over the first one, the table round with the center stem, you lean too far to the side, the table goes sideways, you miss the second guy completely, and you land on the ground, the dude like steps back, trying to not spill his drink on you. What's wrong with your friends?
Help me, Drago! I'm being assaulted.
Alright.
They haven't even,
But we're in
He's mad.
stupidity.
they haven't even tried to like grab
Hang on,
me.
so is it like flips and then Drogo can't see me now?
Sort of. You're obscured, but you're still there.
You can just see your feet.
Yeah.
I just like start thumping the table and act like I'm getting the shit kicked out of me.
Well performed.
1.
14.
You can roll an insight, please.
8, 19.
Oh.
Your drunken dwarf friend
Not
is
drunk!
rolled
He's
on the
had like
table.
2 sips.
He's fell off the
I will
table.
roll a
and
con
he's just like rolling on the ground. Help me, drugger! Help me!
Hey, I'm drowning!
People are like backing away from you now.
I just stand up and walk off.
I got.
I hate this stupid motion.
Can't even do that. He spilled his drink.
Half man, putting your
No, I
fire.
just leave Drogo. I
They're
just
up.
leave. I don't wait for him. I just go.
He storms out of the bar, passive aggressively.
Help me, drunk. I follow the half man. He's clearly crazy.
I'm glad you got those ones at his system early. Like you know, not at a time where you're being like
It's
stabbed.
so
or something.
suitable at the moment. I'm so seedy.
Hey.
Let's just impose natural disadvantages onto you for being seedy.
I guess I follow.
I'm gonna tell the dwarf that there are places in town, maybe, that can go to fight at and drink.
You literally started in this
Specifically
town in a
facing-
gladiator ring. There's probably fighting places.
All these guys are doing
I
their
trusted
thing.
you.
We can just go and
Burn my truck.
punching a table.
This table is assaulting me!
That didn't happen.
So as you guys are walking, are you going to be led towards a fighting ring?
No.
Where are
Just
you?
walk
Which direction? North, south, east,
Out.
west?
away.
North, south, east, or west?
Southwest.
Alrighty. Alright, so this will take you...
Away from you.
How much is this his fault?
As he
It's all
takes
his
like
fault.
strides slightly bigger than your stride. Go away from me.
Just imagine this dwarf like half lunged in.
Do you continue to follow him?
Are you talking to me or are you just grumping? Oh,
just
fuck
grumping.
you then. You mean go eat something and go to bed?
Being
What's time?
Yeah, what is time?
You guys arrived here, I don't know, I'd say probably mid-afternoon-ish.
I'm gonna find a blacksmith.
Okay,
Fight a
yeah.
blacksmith.
I'm
That's
gonna
convenient.
fight a blacksmith.
That's convenient because there's a blacksmith quite nearby that they'd previously visited earlier.
That is convenient.
Don't fight the blacksmith.
You
Like
should
your
fight the
flail.
blacksmith.
You go and find a blacksmith.
Okay. I approach him like, excuse me, might I be able to use your smith, please?
Why?
Well, I pull out my sack, drop it with, and out of it falls 3 swords, 4 belts, 2 robes, 3 daggers, 1 warhammer, and 15 good clothes. I'm looking to make toys out of these.
Huh. What kind of toys do you make out of swords, daggers, and warhammer?
Well, for
They're
me,
already toys.
This is educational.
what about when they cut themselves?
This will be a valuable lesson.
Well, I pick up like the swords and stuff. Like these can be smithed down into little metal figures.
I suppose. Roll persuasion.
Well, now the blacksmith's just a prick if he doesn't let him make toys.
What is my
Yeah, but
persuasion?
that doesn't know the guy can like break all his shit.
18.
18. You have a look about you. You see, you have a trustworthy face, and you have a beard that goes to your feet. He appreciates that. He's got a big scruffy black beard.
Appreciate that.
Alright. I've got a spare. You can use that.
Ah, thank
But I
you.
need to use the big one. I've got a big order coming through.
Ah, thank you.
Alright. So he leads you into the blacksmith and you find the appropriate tools and stuff. You can use this.
Ah, thank you very much.
Ah.
I won't take long. I get to work in fashioning little, I guess, steel. I'm assuming these swords are made out of.
Yeah.
Little steel figures, and then I'm going to cut up the robes and the good clothes to make little clothing for them. And the belts, I can't think of anything to do with those for now, so yeah, the swords, the daggers, and the robes and clothes I used to make little figures.
Okay. Roll a check.
On what?
I have no idea. Toy making.
Yeah, hold on, it's in the manual.
Alright, so make a, I'll call it a strength check.
Cool.
Um,
Year 12.
Is that including the additional +2 from your proficiency?
Oh wait, 16, sorry. Yeah.
16? Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
sorry.
It does take you a while, just because like you're a bit out of practice, you've been walking around for quite a while, like
Getting the shit kicked out of me.
yeah, you know, and so you're a little bit rusty. And you want to make sure you're doing a good job. So yeah, you can sink quite a few hours in this, but you can get it done before dusk.
Cool.
So you're off doing that. Drogon.
Roughly how many toys do I make out of these?
How big do you want to make the toys?
I'd say about yay.
So what's that, like maybe 4 to a sword?
Yeah. About that, yeah.
Alright, so that'd be 12. How many daggers do you have?
3.
1 per dagger.
Yeah, 1 per dagger, so 15?
Cool.
And you got 15 close, so you'll have
Yeah.
some scraps.
I've still got 2 robes then.
Alright, good. Drogo.
I'm gonna go eat and
Alright.
go to bed and
Alright.
check my box.
Alright. Alright.
How is she?
Yeah, she's good. Alright.
So,
Holding up.
Ayo.
that's so bad.
That's gonna get edited out.
No, it's really not.
Alright, so you go find a reasonably nice place to eat, sets you back 5 silver pieces and you get a nice drink with it. Afterwards, do you have any oh yeah, you guys did organise a particular inn to go to, didn't you?
Oh, did we?
I'm
Wait.
pretty sure, because you wanted to
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure.
that inn.
Near my house.
Yeah.
Or another inn. I don't care.
The one next to.
The one that was apparently literally next to my house.
Why are we crashing at your place?
Because I only have 1 bedroom.
Stacks on.
Yeah.
You have floors.
I call top bunk.
I have a sick feeling I did it while sleeping on them.
It's his bed, so he's first.
Alright, so you find the nearest inn, get a room for the night, which costs you another couple silver pieces, and tuck yourself in. Well, retire for the evening and open the box to begin exploring.
Yeah,
Exploring.
exploring.
Whoa!
A whole new world.
I will tell you personally a little more about what's in that later. But you know, you spend, as you open it, you like take out the item in question, looking over it curiously, not curious about what it is, but curious as to why it's here and why you have it, and spend a little bit of time thinking on this.
Alright.
Meanwhile, you continue walking southwest.
I'm gonna try and find me some real dwarves and watch.
You are the worst.
I love you.
You are so bad.
Well, my other orc friend, he's a bit of a shitter. I just wanted to
Are
have
you
some fun.
gonna pull?
You got drunk in a bar
I
of
was
like
drunk.
10 mils of ale.
Are you gonna send
Okay.
this battle hammer?
19 on my comp check.
And
Alright, I'm not
then
gonna send him to the hills like last week.
you failed to fight one man sitting unarmed with 2 drinks in his hand.
Yep.
And then you fell on a table and flailed, Drogo, help me! You're unfit to fight.
This honestly sounds more of a wisdom.
Oh,
Them
Good
sliding
thing.
woods.
I don't know.
oh good golly.
It's gonna be fun.
You're like a small child.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you if you say that.
I look forward to that personally. Alright, so
I
making
look
your way
forward.
southwest.
Up to you.
Which is actually. Oh no, never mind.
Southwest? Yes.
No, I realised it's like
Start
southwest in the
digging
town,
down.
not southwest in general. Because he literally told us southwest was towards the dwarven tribe.
Well, there you go.
But
So as you make your way, eventually you start coming into more disreputable areas. of
Woohoo!
That's what
You
we want.
notice the quality of cobble becomes less apparent until eventually it just disappears. Horses become thinner, people become less polite and scarcer, travelling only in groups. And you come across an inn.
I go in.
called the Horse and Hydra.
Beautiful. I'm gonna ask around for some orc friends.
Orc friends.
Yeah.
Presumably go out to the
I
bar.
fool myself. I have to make it up to you. I know what you want.
Hey!
You can't think guns your way out of every scenario.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
There's a female halfling. Female halfling stands behind the bar. You can see like the behind the bar is like a slightly raised platform.
Right. I would say, you know if there's any orcs chilling around, I need to find some for my friend.
We don't get many orcs around here. They're not the nicest of company.
So,
and such a lovely
is that a
establishment.
no?
Yeah, it's a no.
Why did you say no, stupid woman?
I did, idiot.
You're being a snobby bitch.
You're being a short ass.
Yeah, well, I'm a dwarf.
Ah, stands to reason then.
Good thing you're shorter than me. Halfling.
You guys gonna get married or something?
Looking that way.
It's cute. Let's ship it.
Dane Bellhammer and random
Listen,
halfling.
you're gonna get a drink, or you're gonna keep talking.
It's gonna
or
make
you
you happy if I get a drink.
Oh my god, roll seduction. I'm invested in this
Yeah,
now.
like, roll persuasion.
Oh, alright. 17.
She like lightens a little.
I'm not trying to hook up with her.
No, I'm invested in this now. You gotta.
Oh my god. Inadvertently get with her.
Look at us.
In the
We're
blood
invested
line.
in this.
I'm gonna try and punch her and roll a natural one.
Do it.
Fall on
Do
top
it.
of her.
Do it.
She pours you an ale. Silver piece.
Catches it all cool like.
So why are you looking for an orc?
I made a tool of myself.
She suppresses a grin. What happened?
You know, like trying to punch a guy, just missed, ended up on the table, trying to grab two guys. And then, yeah, long story short, I fucked up. And then started crying out to my friend like a girl.
The question looks at you knowingly. Huh. Maybe she has some practicing. Well, if you're interested, she kind of like leans in a bit. Usually most nights there's a bit of a fight here out back.
We don't talk about it, because that's the first rule.
But we keep it a bit quiet, you know.
I don't know what about it. Do you know of any place where I can get some large animals?
Stables.
Like wild animals?
Woods. You go towards Gleamrise, you can sometimes get bears in that area.
Yeah. Just
Wolves.
need something for my friend to hunt.
Yeah, there's like wolves in the surrounding area, the bears over towards Gleamrise. Not a lot else really. I mean, if you go further south, there's some reasonably big nasties. But they're like pretty big.
Right.
I heard they had like more than 300 hydras down that way.
I want to go to the library.
Alright. Make your way all the way back to where you were, roughly.
Good.
Alright. You go to the library.
Is Chris there?
Yeah,
I
we
was
can
going to
leave.
stay in the library and research specifically this amulet. And try and like,
The talisman for earth elemental magic.
yeah.
Because I want to read up on the floating islands. Because I heard about them before.
Floating cities. Or
Yeah. So I want to read up on them.
Alright, fair enough. Well, like, you have a general knowledge of Netheril.
Yeah. So I want.
And you kind of want to know
I
more?
have concerns now that he's
Alright,
just
what
going to
we're
go and wipe
fighting.
out a city.
I want to know what we're going to do.
Alright, fair enough. Well, obviously, you run into these people at the library. Whether you guys interact is up to you.
Yeah.
This book first.
General acknowledgement.
What are you doing in a library?
Want to know what we're fighting?
Hey,
Go to
don't
these floating
presume he
islands.
can't read.
I'm literally about to ask that.
Can you read?
Yes, I can read.
Oh.
This guy, what a schmuck.
You know these books don't have pictures in them.
I don't need pictures.
Oh.
Maybe on the odd occasion to
Like
help me
sexy
picture.
pictures though.
Look at you. What do?
Alright, what do you want?
It'll be
What are you
fun.
looking for?
We'll try to
Read
lighten the mood.
On these floating islands.
I lead you to the whatever books we have on Netflix, because it's literally my library.
Alright. Is there any key information you're kind of looking for?
Like threats. That would be there.
Yeah, thrill.
I want
Um,
to interact.
yes.
Would you be interested in heading to a dwarven tribe?
Yes.
Awesome.
I was flipping a coin. I'm just like, do we go see the people in Nethril?
How
well,
far away?
no, because I don't want an elven massacre.
Yeah, I considered that.
Over.
but
I don't say that. I don't say that to you. I'm not.
I'd assume I'd see that as a we could do these books.
Nethril is not a city of elves.
Okay.
It's just that some
There are
elves
elves in
live
there.
That is good.
Originally, like a lot of the Nethrili's learning came from a group of sun elves, and so as part of the heritage, there is
Swindora.
what?
Sun elves.
Ah. So as part of the heritage, there is a certain amount of elvenness in their communities.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Do we go to
Nethril?
the learned scholar in the place of magic?
Well, hang on. Just
Or-
because.
Or or do we go to the place where we know the person we're going to go see isn't going to get murdered by our companion?
Well, she's still a sorcerer.
Sorcerer's magic is innate as opposed to learned.
She still knows things.
All out on the table.
Yeah, we are discussing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get this information, and then I'm going to crush his puny head in.
Look, alright, I'll make a deal with you. And there's ale in it for you if you comply.
Yeah.
Don't harass or kill or intimidate him until after I have what I want. Then
Done.
do whatever the fuck you want.
Done.
Alright, thank you.
I'm not okay with this.
Hey man, mutual evil. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not okay
What is it?
with
No,
this.
chaotic
This is
evil.
democracy at its
Oh,
finest.
no, you're probably neutral evil. Chaotic evil, you'd be setting the library on fire.
Yeah, no, neutral, that's right. I did, because I did the alignment
I think
thing. I took an alignment test for my character, like as him, and it came up as like mutual evil. And I'm like, I'm not surprised.
We're a good party.
Supposedly.
Just because
Oh, yeah,
it's mutual
only-
evil doesn't mean
Good
it's,
person.
I'm like evil. I just like knowledge
good,
and
both of you.
power.
Lawful good. Thank you very much.
You're lawful.
Yes, I am. My own laws.
So what? Lawful good, chaotic good,
Lawful neutral.
lawful neutral.
I seriously have a set
And
of
what are
laws
you?
that I follow.
Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic
Fair enough.
neutral,
They're just
neutral
Flex.
evil.
that's flexible. They're
Bit
just
more
broad.
lawful.
Like, indifferentiate
Okay.
from the other laws.
So, do you explain to your fellow compatriot what news you've actually found from this book and the reason you are contemplating going to either Nethril or to the dwarven tribes in the south?
Yes.
Yeah, say a bit. Well, I mean, because some of this sounds kind of underground and dwarvy anyway, so we might have tales, folklore, legends. Would he know anything?
Have you ever heard of a scholar named Grace Hammer Onyx Arm?
No, not particularly.
No, but okay.
You probably don't know the name of any scholars at all.
Yeah,
if
there's
you
not
be honest
really
with you.
many dwarven scholars
No, not really.
that I know of.
That being said, dwarven scholars are less academia and more hands-on kind of thing.
What about?
Book
You say it,
flicker.
Ogrewash.
Ogamosh.
Ogremosh.
Ogre
Heard
Munch.
of him?
No.
No.
No, you would not.
Okay. Well, so I'm just gonna take a guess here. None of this is probably.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Okay. Well, we need to find out what it is, though.
Keep flicking through our books.
Anyway.
Okay. Alright, everybody, okay, in that case, you can all do me a check relative to researching.
I need some time. Thank you.
Would that be an
Investigation?
investigation
I got
check?
Yes. And, can you do me a history check with advantage, please?
Oh, actually,
Second
can I?
as well.
It was relative to investigation.
Okay, give me a history check with advantage.
Fitting.
3 with
20
advantage.
for either or.
Either or?
Because I
That's
have
everyone.
exactly the same in
Just like
no non-natural.
17 more rolls and
16
you get
plus
there.
4.
Just take
Unless I'm reading up the stonework.
They're both plus
yeah,
4.
natural in future.
Huh?
Then I get to
That's what I mean. My
proficiency
history and
bonus.
my investigation is plus 4.
Yeah, I was going to say, like in.
And my arcana as well, if that's relevant.
I was going to say for future rolls, just use your
Just like
highest, but you're actually
history. I
pretty.
think that
I'm
place was
smart.
carved from stone.
Knowledgeable in things.
Yeah.
And also slightly thievy.
Okay, so as far as Nephra go, you learn not a lot more of their history. Generally, you understand maybe a bit more. They're a relatively mixed culture with a small percentage of which is elves, mostly human though. And they tend to just be basically sorcerers, pretty much across the board. Combination of sorcerers, wizards, and other arcanist type people.
Wait, where was this, sir?
This is Nephra.
Yeah.
They are well renowned for their floating cities, which are literally mountain tops carved from mountains, turned upside down with cities built on them. They fly around
It's so
everywhere.
fucking extra.
Yeah.
Do I find out if they move regularly?
No.
You don't find out anything.
Yeah, 'cause you generally they tend to be in a certain area. They don't stray
Yeah.
too far. Mainly because they have nowhere really to go. They don't have to be anywhere else.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it's like on the map they're here. We go there and they're just not there. Like, it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, on the
What
other
the
side.
fuck?
Research. What research are you looking into particularly?
Well, if he focused on the... I suppose we would have been smart enough to divvy it up.
Yeah, I was going to
So
say,
I was gonna go
if I
up.
take the amulet,
And
that'll
I'll
be
take the
slightly-
dwarven.
Because the amulet's going to be slightly more obscure, so I'll be more used to
I'm
searching.
smart too.
I'm literally a librarian.
I'm a sage.
So am I.
Orc. Nerds.
Basically, it's a nerd off.
Literally my library.
Fucking burn the library in a minute. Oh no, I dropped my alchemist fire.
So what are you researching, buddy?
Yeah, the dwarven tribe. What did you call them?
Oh.
Gold.
Gold dwarfs.
All
Gold
gold.
diggers.
I was
Yeah.
going to say,
No, I'm saying she
Look up.
do.
Ogamosh.
Yeah, no, okay. As well, looking at the Golden Dwarf history,
I rolled 20, well 16, and then plus 4, so 20.
that's fair. I rephrase. It's less southern westerly and more like southerly, but slightly off west. They have been a very long-standing tribe. Originally, one of the earliest settlements of dwarves, which at one point eventually split off into wood dwarves and gold dwarves.
Yeah.
And then some of which eventually furthered onwards into Mountain Stone and Duragar, which being another class. Relatively, their primarily business is mining, although they do have a very, quite expert hand in jewellery and other fine artificing type things like that.
Ooh.
They're very, very good with stonework in its various forms, whether it comes from gems, gold itself, or just rock. You can tell me that second thing you were going to look at?
The wards against ogre
Munch.
munch crunch cereal. Get your munch on.
Ogre Munch the demon or Ogre Munch for kids?
Ogre munch for kids.
Alright, you can do me a Arcana check on that one. Because it's magical law. And what were you searching up with your whatever you rolled?
I got a 15, and I'm looking up for anything more
I have a
specific about
proficiency in
this
magical item
Earth Mother
analysis.
amulet.
Okay, the
Oh,
amulet.
Efficiency
The amulet itself, you can find very little mentioning about. You can find like passing text that mentions as soon as the true stone had an amulet.
As a feature.
It was said that part of her power was imbued within the amulet, but shy of that, very little itself is actually mentioned. However, in some research you find that Sunus is one of the original primordial beings. If you go far enough back, you had a place in time where you had primordials on one hand, and you had titans, gods, on the other hand, warring over basically the world to see who would get to play for keeps. And lo and behold, the titans, I believe, actually won that fight. But neither here nor there. Anyway, so Sunus is one of those primordials, although she was one of the more law-abiding, specifically against chaos in whatever form it took. She was the primordial of law and stone. She would be one who would create mountains and carve out valleys so that water may rush to the people who needed it. Shy of that, though, not a lot is recorded about her.
By the way, I rolled a 23 for my arcane check.
Wow!
I arcaned that. Wow!
Wow.
Wow.
Owen Wilson stubs his toe.
Wow.
Ow!
Okay, so you're researching on Ogamosh. Okay, he, however, has a bit more lore. You can find he's an archomental, which basically they were like the primordials in terms of being elemental beings. However, they were more bent on the destruction and domination and manipulation of the natural forces. Ogamosh was in question the elemental from the plane of Earth.
Okay.
His greatest rival being that of Sunas, who was of a lawful alignment rather. The two of them warred for quite many years until Sunas managed to actually win this battle and expulsed Ogamosh to the plane of Earth, where he was then locked away for presumably ever in a fortress of Stonemire. He's described as a 10-foot tall humanoid made mostly out of rock and brutish shard of crystal, resembling chips of obsidian. So it's kind of like there's a dark rock-like creature with vibrant green crystals, who was bent on basically destroying most things. Pretty bad dude.
So not for kids.
No, but you can make like a bunch of necklaces or something for young children out of it. You know, or you could sell it for goods and services, whichever works for you. So you guys continue researching. You're doing what you're doing. You went off. Okay, so by the time you all finished your respective tasks, you'd still be awake because you know it's only becoming. It's just dusk now. The sun's beginning. You are finishing up now. You've managed to get your 15 small toys, cooled them, dressed them, etc. Yeah, the light has been interfaded from the outside of the library, so the massive windows and so forth begin to
Light up. Illuminate.
deluminate because the sun's going down,
Sorry.
and someone begins going around lighting up the candles and so forth. What do you want to do now?
I suppose we'd like.
Food.
I want to find out how friendly these gold dwarves are.
How friendly? What else? Sorry?
The gold dwarves are.
Gold dwarves are relatively, pretty much as friendly as anyone else. They rely heavily on, I want to say image, that's a great word. They're very strict on that kind of thing.
In what sense?
They don't tolerate untoward behavior because they believe it puts a bad name upon them and their culture. So if you are seen within like their cities, their region, doing things they think are dishonorable, or doing things they think are uncultured, that could possibly make them look in a bad light, they will act very swiftly and very harshly on it.
Yep.
Otherwise, they're also very law driven, in the sense that rules are very well followed, and when they make deals, bargains and so forth, they are followed to the absolute letter. Their word is basically as good as the money you trade for it.
Next question. Do they have like a kingdom, or is it just like this town that they're in?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is a kingdom.
The established king,
Established king.
or de facto leader?
Yes, there is. Okay, so the current leader is a old-ish dwarf by the name of Ode Kilvir, and the kingdom in question is the Kingdom of Thundu. Thundu. That's their main capital.
I have other questions, but I'll ask them in the break.
Okay.
I want to go visit the dwarves.
Okay. So you're thinking of going to the dwarves. You want to go to the dwarves?
Like, I want to go both places, but I want to go to the dwarves first.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. However, that being said, you are aware that it is a bit of a travel.
Yeah, I was about to say, how far away? I mean, obviously south and north, but what are we talking, how many days, weeks?
Weeks, but less than months.
So, like 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah, depends. Like it
Yeah.
If
The
you
round
made
trip.
it, like if you took a casual, you stopped in towns, restocked, and made sure, and just generally took the safe, easy route. Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks.
If we made some shortcuts,
If you made shortcuts and you stopped, you could probably do it in 2. But it would
as
be.
in to get there and
Too
then.
flat.
Is it one way? Or is that?
Yeah.
That's one way.
Oh, okay. 2 weeks to get down to.
Whereas Nethril is varied.
Yeah.
You could do it in 1 week if it's on the close side, and if it's not, it could be also up to 2 weeks. Or you could just get lost. Because, floating cities. You find yourself rested. You've had a short rest at this point, at least. So if there's anything you need to do from that, feel free. Class, after you finish up blacksmithing, what do you want to do?
Well, it's dusk. I'm assuming the kids are all inside now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're probably having supper.
Yeah. Hello!
Yeah, was it as a parent? I don't think I'd appreciate an enormous giant knocking at my door saying, "Hey, I want to give something to your kid."
But
There's Klaus.
isn't a giant, isn't a father, so he's fine.
Fuck.
I have. What is it? Hidden step. Can I activate that out of combat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave them places.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna creep into their homes
Space.
and just leave the presents in the children's bed. Sorry, at the foot of the bed.
Can leave it like on the
Just
kitchen
like sneak
table.
past the kitchen where people are eating their meals.
Floating items.
Would their doors be locked?
In a central city, yeah, probably.
Is there any other point of entrance to the house?
There's more than one house there.
The chimney.
Chimney. Could I fit in the chimney?
Not
No.
a chance in hell.
7
7-foot giant, remember?
But can't he shrink? Can't he change his size?
I don't think you can
No,
change
you
his size that
You
much.
can change his appearance.
Yeah.
Uh,
You can try to get down the chimney, and that's what counts.
Strength checks.
You could just go through the door if you really wanted to.
I'm gonna
Doing
try
that
and,
thing again.
Force lock.
I'm gonna locate some homes where children are at and sneak in and leave them presents.
Alright.
Senior flag.
Roll.
Sorry.
Roll an investigation check.
Oh yeah, that one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Doors up.
Break into random houses.
You deliver your gifts fervently with so much joy. You go into 15 houses and you place them in appropriate places.
I let little flurries of snowflakes come out of my magic ring as well while I do it, spreading joy.
It's joyous.
I would
Yeah.
just
This is
follow,
magical
someone
time.
follow behind
Pools
you
of water in people's
like
houses.
jingle bells.
Leading up to toys.
Is it a magical rose vignette montage of the movie?
Yeah, that's exactly how this goes down.
Excellent.
It's glorious and everyone has a great time. You feel like you've done a lot of good.
That's good. Well, that's those gone. 15 lives are now happier and slightly more confused.
What the?
Yes.
I can imagine us. Peter, why is there water on the floor? Mother, look. I received this. Also, the door's missing.
Your intrusion skills know no limitations.
Hidden step.
Alright, so presumably, after which you'd return to the inn to assure you've got your room for the evening and eat a meal.
Yes.
Because being fed is important. Lest you starve. Alright. You guys presumably after you finish the library do much the same?
Yeah, I would go find Durgal.
No apologies.
I go visit my
You
parents.
reckon, how hard would it be to
You go to your parents first.
I
They're happy to see you, they're glad you're doing well. They really think you should, meet that woman that they've been trying to tell you about for a while because she's really swell and she likes books.
I just want to see you happy and grandkids.
Yeah,
God damn it, when will I get them?
That's
Maybe she's
basically it.
Go there and bear that.
guess I grabbed dinner though.
That didn't take much.
After a fervent grilling and compulsion spell, you are convinced of your own free will to make your way to the young lady's house. She's a.
Yeah, you gotta RP this, you realise, right?
Yep.
I don't think I do.
Keep it sexy, keep it PG.
Or don't.
Alright, so. Her name is Mina. She is a tiefling. She reads books.
Is that it?
That's all his parents.
Reads books is not very descriptive. What kind of books does she read?
Yeah.
Tell me, Alex, what kind of books does this girl read?
Keep in mind, you're going off your parents' information here. My parents go up and say, "Oh yeah, my son works for Channel 9, he does the news." Not true in the slightest. These parents say, she reads books. That's the information you've been given. This is how parents work.
I don't know, I'm asking her.
Alright.
She opened the door. She seems pleasant. She's got large tiefling horns, curved back, pointed tail, etc., with red skin. She turns to you, Lucy. Hi. I'm glad you came.
Hi, Mina. Can I come in?
Oh, of course. We're all waiting for you.
Me?
I mean, I didn't know you were coming. Obviously, this is just a regular meeting. Isn't that why you're here? You're not joining?
I'm under commands from the parentals to come have dinner.
Oh no, you'll love it. We've got food. We're gonna say some prayers. It's gonna be a hoot. You're gonna have the best time. How much do you know about Asmodeus?
You know I'm a ordained preacher for Galeen, right?
It's fine. Everyone's got problems. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night with stomach pains, but they'll pass.
Thanks, Mina. I'll see you when I'm in town next. I actually remember I have to go see my friends.
Asmodeus will be looking after you. Have a good one, Lucy. Goodbye. Closes the door. And suddenly you recall why you don't visit this person.
I go to the
When
inn
will I
that
get-
it's supposed to be at.
What'd you do tonight? Don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, so
Alright, so you all find yourselves at the inn. Do you join them downstairs for a dinner?
Yeah, sure.
I want to play cards. I pull out my cards.
I order the
Gambling
strongest
today.
drink that they have, 2 off.
Friendly gambling.
And I go
Not
to the
cheating
table.
gambling.
I'll gamble.
Yeah.
I like games.
What a game?
soldier.
Playing.
Oh, alright. I set us up a poker game.
Alright,
Small
you get 2
pots,
drinks.
silver and copper pieces only. Until we get drunker and go, fuck you, here's 100 gold, I'm betting it.
I don't have any silver. or copper.
Another.
The rest of the night goes quite smoothly. Probably one of the nicest nights you actually had collectively as a group.
I'm
Me?
immediately suspicious.
Should we roll to see who actually wins the pot?
Oh shit.
Alright.
What's the pot?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what
Playing
are we-
cards? Fuck.
Yeah. What?
Roll.
who's playing cards?
I'm assuming this is, if we're playing poker,
Then.
then deceit and insight would be
Oh,
my
shit.
suggestion.
Do we get any modifiers?
So we're rolling.
Deceit and insight.
Okay.
Okay.
Deceit and insight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Wisdom.
one of my best stats.
Add
Deceit and insight. Yeah.
So yes, add both.
Yeah.
We'll say add both for this, yeah. We'll do a deceit and insight check.
6.
As I'm calling it, yeah.
Yep. You suck.
Yeah.
17.
Not bad, Brogo. Your poker face is strong.
17-2.
The dwarf's poker
Split
face
the
is
pot.
also strong.
12.
Yeah.
Lucy, no more alcohol.
I did as good as Joel.
So you added both your deceit and insight modifier, and you got 12.
Huh?
I got 12.
I don't
That's
have
what
a
I did as-
deceit
I said I
modifier.
did as well
I have
as
a plus
Joel.
1 in
We got
insight.
6.
Alright, so
Plus 3 in
you
insight.
guys, I want you both to roll a d20 and a d4 together. I need a d4, I can just get you one. Now, rules are simple. If you get 21, you win. If you get higher than 21, you lose. If you get less, whoever has the highest
So blackjack.
Wins.
Blackjack.
Blackjack with a
18. Oh, 12.
You can't sit on 12.
You can roll your d20 again if you so wish.
But you,
You have to.
Can if you
no,
want.
D12.
Oh,
D12.
blackjack.
Okay, roll a d12.
D12. 13.
One.
Can't sit on 13.
Do I roll a different die?
Yeah, roll a d10 now.
can't you sit on
I'm
this
getting more and more likely to win because if I get 5
You're
dice
also
on the
getting
field, I
fairly
win.
closely to going
On
over.
13. You have 1 in 8 chance of win.
1.
14. Can sit on 14.
If you want to.
5.
It's a 19.
19.
Oh.
Also 5 cards. That's
Oh.
21.
Yeah,
If
I
you field
did,
5 cards in blackjack, it's 21.
I have to double up.
I was
Hey!
gonna say, do you want to try and add something to yours?
Drogo's like, I have 2 clubs, 3 spears, and a sword.
Meanwhile, everyone can make a constitution check with disadvantage.
Saving throw.
Yep, con saving throw, please.
Oh!
This is the drinking thing.
16.
11.
2.
But I drink all the fucking time, so
You're doing fine.
yeah.
Like,
12.
you're inebriated, you're just not blacked out yet. You're quite drunk as well, Drogo.
6.
You're quite drunk. I think your winning of this game comes from more of like a lack of understanding of how it works. Like, your poker face isn't like a poker face, you're just like, another card. Another card. Another card.
Drogo has 5 cards, Drogo wins!
Drogo like, look at all the spears Drogo getting.
Klaus, in your exuberance to celebrate
Playing a
what
different
glorious
game.
deeds you have done this day, you are utterly wasted.
It has been a good day.
Wait, where's my...
What's the
Ladies
pot?
and gentlemen, you are
What's the
also
pot?
quite
I'm gonna
drunk.
say
I got a 16.
50
Yeah,
gold.
you're still
for
drunk, you're just not blacked
No, we're
out.
playing with silvers.
Perfect. Yeah.
So you
I thought it
wouldn't.
was 50 gold.
What would we have set a? Would we have set a limit? What would that have been?
No, not really.
50 gold each.
I think by the end we would have just been like,
It's
Throwing,
like half my goal.
throwing money
You got
in.
400
It's
gold.
all of these.
Well, how much did Drogo win?
400 more.
Drogo,
400 more?
Drogo, you win. You win 48 gold.
Yes.
Everybody else loses 12 gold.
Do we have to pay for the drinks as well?
Oh, yeah.
I'll pay for them. 48
okay.
gold.
That's so kind.
The man politely gives you back 45 of your gold. He says, thank you.
Place is cheap and shitty.
What kind of people are in the?
45.
By the time you guys finish, like after you drinking and play multiple rounds, not many.
Hey Chris,
But
pass the.
I'm going to wrap up here.
Thank you.
We're going to finish up here, and hopefully tomorrow, when you all wake up tomorrow, when we continue on from this bar perhaps, we'll find out what happens when you either go northwesterly to visit the cities of Nethril, or whether you go south to visit the Kingdom of Thunder. Anyway, until then everybody, hope you all have a great time, continue watching. If you like it, leave a like. If you don't, subscribe. And we will see you all next week.
10 minutes.
Bye.